The past 2 weeks have been just a flurry of Marvel news, from the massive thing that dropped in Variety to the Captain America 4 movie getting massive reshoots and pushed back in a big way, the Blade movie with its complete and total overhaul, the Daredevil project, everything, right? It seems like they're really looking to shift gears completely because they've completely and totally failed as a brand. But now this came out yesterday, Jeremy. Avengers 5. Marvel changes plan for Kang movie writer amid actor controversy. The speculation's been out there, even in that big article in Variety, whether they could shift the focus away from Kang and maybe onto somebody like Doctor Doom. Well, Joanna Robinson, the person who wrote that Reign of the MCU that's had all those different things out there, did all the different interviews, she said that the reason that they moved off from Jeff Loveness, the reason he separated from the project months ago, like we talked about, was because they're ready to move in a different direction. Jeff Loveness was reportedly told that Marvel Studios was likely moving away from Kang, which is why he was removed from Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. And now there's even questions out there if they're gonna even call it that, if they're just gonna rename it to something else. There's somebody else attached to the project now, if they might rename it and focus it on a different character. But a lot of the feeling seems to be that they're ready to move away from Jonathan Majors, regardless of the outcome of his trial and all that shit, mostly because people fucking have not identified with the character at all. They don't like the character, they don't like the way it's portrayed, and they hate the entire saga that's being set up.
This isn't up for debate anymore about what's going on with the MCU, and it's a bigger problem just with Disney in general. But if we're specifying this to the MCU right now, specifically there, my God, like you just said, whether it's the news about Blade and that trash fire, whether it's all of the other projects where they're having creative problems. We've obviously seen what's happened with Captain Marvel 2, which ultimately turned into the Marvels. Now there's Jonathan Majors thing, where the plan was to build a lot of the universe around him, correct?
I mean, yeah, the Kang Dynasty is the name of the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, so
he's the next big bad in Marvel, was him.
So everything
all
was
the
going to be
multiverse
centered
stuff
around
surrounding Kang. And I feel like they thought he was just going to really pop off the screen and everyone was going to love, but that just hasn't happened. There was some intrigue in the character at the end of Loki season 1. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania ruined him for a lot of people. And then coming back as Victor Timely in his appearance there, people didn't like that. I don't think people really enjoyed that from Loki season 2. And in general, there's not any interest in this character, a character we've already seen be defeated a couple times, but there's, infinite amount of him in the multiverse. So I don't know, man. I just, regardless of the outcome of his trial, regardless of any of the allegations from his ex, any of that stuff, I think it is the right move to get away completely from him and maybe bring in somebody like Doctor Doom that people might actually be interested in.